in Maplewood. Good morning at McHenry, home of the Blazers. Thank you for making KFGO number one in the morning, number one all day long. The KFGO Morning Crew. Doug Leier, Amistadi, getting your Monday set for you.
And around 6:40 on Monday mornings, we like to be joined by KFGO Farm and Ranch Director Sarah Heinrich, spending Monday mornings in Medina talking consumer issues. Good morning to you, Sarah.
Far off anymore.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Oh, Thanksgiving, it's not far off anymore. It's hard to believe. I mean, I feel, just the weather that we've had and just the temperatures that we've been having, it doesn't feel like Thanksgiving should be here. And because of our, messy world that we're living in that isn't quite normal like what we're used to, it's hard to believe that the holidays are already sneaking up on us.
So you were hoping that it would be snowier or colder and there'd be more corn standing out there? It'd feel more like Thanksgiving then?
No, I'm grateful that we are not having a repeat of 2019 or 2018. 2018 wasn't the best either. We were still combining at this time last year, or 2 years ago it would have been.
Well,
and so I'm grateful for that.
And 2017 was a drought, so I mean...
you just can't win, right?
No.
And so, it's been challenging, to say the least, but
Right. I mean, so you get a week away from Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving a week from Thursday, and that's when you start to think now that you have to start not only making some of your plans, and we know how tentative everybody's plans have to be because things are changing from day to day and from week to week, but a lot of people now start planning on maybe buying that turkey or looking for those turkey deals, if you can. And I know Bonnie was snatching up turkey bargains for a couple weeks now, Bonnie.
Well, I saw a turkey at a big box store and it was Butterball brand for 99 cents a pound. So I snatched up 2 of those, and I saw one of the grocery stores also had it for that same price. And I thought, that's a good deal. And I'm kind of particular when it comes to turkey because I have bought off brands in the past, and they've been tough and haven't tasted good. So I try to stick to some of the brand names. Sarah Heinrich, where do you sit when it comes to buying a turkey?
When it comes to buying a turkey, I'm not so much of a brand namer, but I know that most people are. So you want to talk about a statistic on your Butterball turkey there, Bonnie. Butterball typically sells 30% of America's 40 million Thanksgiving Day turkeys.
I wonder.
So when you think about they're selling 30% of that, they almost have, they have about a third of the share in the number of turkeys that are actually being sold.
Well, and then you have Jennie-O, and then Pilgrim's Pride, which maybe it was one of the companies that maybe Jennie-O changed to Pilgrim's Pride, but I'm still thinking, Minnesota or regional. Are most turkeys grown in the upper Midwest here, Sarah?
Absolutely. So Minnesota is the big one, and so Minnesota is the number one top turkey producing state. And so a lot of that turkey is coming straight out of Minnesota. Butterball is the big brand that's serving most of them over Thanksgiving that, everybody's looking for. And what I find interesting is that, so we're in the pandemic right now. We know that we're all social distancing. We haven't seen, a lot of our extended family. Yet 75% of consumers are planning to serve the same size turkey or larger than they did last year. And so even though there's a lot of people out there and the stores are preparing for smaller birds, this has been something that's been going on in the industry. The industry is well prepared for it. 75%, so that's 3/4 of consumers, are still planning to serve that same size turkey or larger than they did last year.
And that's why I snapped up the 2 that I did, because they were smaller. They were 10-pounders, and a 10-pounder will be enough for our Thanksgiving meal that I'll be making. But if I want to make both of them, which I might do, then we'll have a lot of leftovers. I can portion it up and freeze it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're right in the range, Bonnie. They said, Butterball makes about half of their turkeys in the 10 to 16 pound range. Half of them are in the 16 to 24 pound range. And so this industry is looking at making changes because they know that more people are going to be celebrating with their immediate family. Walmart is, for instance, stocking up and carrying 30% more turkey breasts, in their stores to make sure that they're able to accommodate some of those smaller family gatherings because you maybe enjoy cooking and you maybe want to be, a part of that and doing that and still hosting. There are going to be other families that just aren't going to be as excited about that. And so they're going to really scale back and really, bring that celebration back if they're only cooking for 5 people instead of 15 or 20 people, or if they maybe aren't the usual cook, maybe they just don't feel comfortable preparing all that.
Sarah Heinrich is our KFGO Farm and Ranch Director. We spend Monday mornings in Medina talking about consumer topics and issues. When it comes to the turkey, are you white meat or dark meat, Sarah Heinrich?
I could go either way. It really depends upon. I'm a little bit of both, and so I do enjoy both. I'm not a one or the other. My grandma was a dark meater. My sisters are white meaters, but I'm definitely down the middle. I enjoy a little bit of both.
Bon?
I prefer white. Growing up, I always like the dark, and I know people will say the dark meat is moister, but I also think what comes into play when you get dried out turkey is people are overcooking it, which you don't want to do either.
Or you could also fix the dried out with gravy and butter. If your white meat is too dry, put some butter on it and put some gravy over it, and
or some mayo on it for sandwiches left over the next day. Right?
There's a way. There is a way.
What about you?
White meat on a sandwich, I think, is always best. Like if you're going to do the turkey sandwich, then I think you have to have the white meat. Yes.
What's your preference, Douglas?
They say the white meat's a little healthier too.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? I would have thought like the dark meat would be like a little bit leaner. More of the muscle, because the dark meat would come from like the legs and stuff, right?
No, the white meat is typically a little bit healthier. So you're typically, because it's a little bit, it's like Bonnie was saying, it's a little less moist, and so you're going to have maybe a little bit less grease in there.
Oh.
And then it's usually coming from the breast area, which is obviously one of the leaner cuts, just like if you're going to have a chicken breast versus, chicken drummies or thighs or whatnot. And so, yeah, typically your white meat is a little bit healthier than your dark meat.
Are you rethinking what you prefer now, Douglas, or no?
No. I've always loved the gizzard.
Oh, you like the gizzard?
I've always been a gizzard man.
My mom and grandma used to fight over the neck, and I'm like, ugh.
My dad and his twin sister still
do. They?
do. Yep.
Pass on.
Really?
That. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sarah, I know you're really good about looking at the grocery store flyers. Are you seeing any deals out there yet on turkey?
I haven't seen anything yet. I will admit that I haven't been checking right now for turkey, but this is the time when they're going to be going on sale. I know you said, Bon, that you were able to pick up some at some pretty good prices. And so this is where you're going to see those turkey insurance coupons coming out where people are going to be price matching or offering you the best deals in town. And so, we're in the heart of it now. We're 10 days out. And so grocery stores are prepping, and they've got turkeys of all sizes. They're ready for the small and the big ones, whatever you're gathering may take you, or if you just want a whole lot of leftovers.
Yeah,
I love leftovers.
I do too. And turkey's not just for Thanksgiving, and it'll last a long time in the freezer. A frozen bird as well. You can pick up an extra and enjoy it in a couple months.
Absolutely. So take advantage of these sales now, because why pay full price later? A lot of this stuff can get thrown in the freezer. Christmas, we're going to be seeing a lot more of those prime ribs and whatnot on sale. Take advantage of it now.
All right. Sarah, we'll catch you again about 7:25.
We will see you in the next hour.
You bet. That's KFGO Farm and Ranch Director Sarah Heinrich joining us here.